Okay, so it's T-bone, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
This is a 07 S60.
T5.
And you both lived?
Yeah.
But barely.
Barely.
Oh.
We both, the doctors were all amazed that we survived.
Man, but see, this is why we have Volvo.
Exactly.
Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Couldn't ask for a better model. Compliments your eyes. Section C, so A and B was the fellows over here. Section C, the Volvo Club of America car. Let's see who this is. This is John Holtzapfel. He's from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and he, I think, is the president of VCOA, if that's the same John. 48 years ownership. Okay. That's actually a really cool sticker. Yeah. I wonder how many miles are on this one. She's in good shape, though. The early cars up till 66 did the trim on the doors that would go up. These ones went straight across. I tend to like the earlier ones, as we were discussing in part 1 video with Spencer. The early cars had bullhorn bumpers that would go up, and then the later cars went from bullhorns to just straight. The trim pieces went from more complicated to simplified, streamlined. What other trim pieces do we have? They kept the wing trim piece here along the top, which is quite nice. This one is it's just so pretty. I mean, just take this in. Can you believe it? Oh. This one here is Tom and Barb Miller from Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Little red hot rod Volvo. That's their comments. I love it. It sure is a hot rod. Look at that shifter, too. Oh, and the mirror on the dashboard. I had forgotten about that. Well, congrats to you two. This is a gorgeous car. Here's a beautiful black one, black and red. Can't go wrong, Gordon. This is from Hardy, Virginia. It's a 1965 model, shined up and chrome-plated carburetors and valve cover. She's looking good. She's got boosted brakes, the remote booster, so the single-circuit reservoir goes into the booster and does its magic.
Make sure you get your ballots in by 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is when they're looking for all your ballots.
Here is an ES. This is going to be 72 or 73. 72. Comments? Survivor. Love it. Nick Nikolic. So it's Nick squared. Oof. Fuel injection can be tricky, especially when it's old like this, so good for you for making it through. If this is the original paint, it will shine up beautifully. You'll notice the shifter and the ball is the same as the 164 because Volvo used it where they could. I like the old crown badge, too. Hey, why didn't Tom put his name on this? Nice. Nice. Look at T5R. Randy Bullock from Chesapeake, Virginia. 1995, 1 year only. This is like one of the most popular Volvos, and it's just kind of skyrocketed in price. This one is gorgeous, it's perfect, and it looks like a show car through and through. Look, not even the carbon fiber is yellowing on the valve cover. Yeah. Hey Robert, if you're watching this, don't sell the Queen Bee. You'll be glad you didn't. I know it was up for sale briefly years ago. What's up, plushie? And another T5R. Here is Bill Airy from Midlothian, Virginia. I like to drive this car and have made some minimal upgrades for safety and economy. GPS, backup camera, and ECU fuel mapping. All else is original. I like that. That's a nice little comment section. Succinct and earnest. Modest upgrades. Oh yeah, bet you this thing's a lot of fun to drive. Unfortunately, most of the T5Rs in America, if not all of them, are automatic. But what a cool color, you know, Volvo gets it right again. This is another R. Another R. I think these are called Volans. Beautiful cars. Don't want to interrupt, but we can move on down this way. Dun, 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 dun. 940 turbo. Or was it non-turbo? Non-turbo. The sunroof is color matched to the car since there's no glass. I guess, does that make it a sunroof or a moonroof? Has been resprayed. Really clean. Really nice. And these hoods open up to what they call service mode. Service mode will allow it to go pure vertical, which is an easy way to pull an engine out. Look how much space there is. John Romansky from Kutztown, Pennsylvania. This has been owned since 1994. It's a 91 model year, and it's a 745, so my mistake on that. 243,000 miles, NA, auto, IPD stuff, headers, catback exhaust, We are Gubjavel. Oh, I guess, I thought it said gullible. Because there's so many IPD parts on here? No, I'm kidding. Maybe I'm not. Anyway, look at this beautiful red 850. What is this? Aero cover underneath? Must be a winter climate thing. Dave and Deb Castle. It's an 850 turbo. Original owners. It's so cool. First year for the turbocharged front-wheel drive wagon. It's a 4-speed auto. They're making 285 horsepower with all their mods in here. Won some awards, slightly modified stuff, and it's nicknamed the Floggenwagen. Flogging it and took it to race days. Dave and Deborah Castle. You guys, that's great. Unfortunately automatic, but still beautiful wagons. Beautiful wagons. Now, moving on to a 780 Bertone, made in Italy. They had to make some compromises with the factory. For example, the wood that you see here underneath, you see the wood by the glove box, and then the trim follows its way right down to here. Volvo wanted metal because wood splinters, and you want to get it in your knees in case of an accident. So Bertone said, no, we have to do wood. It's how we're going to design this car with its 32 square feet of leather. So the compromise was, all right, we'll do wood, but you got to layer it with some metal behind it for structural rigidity. Look at these wheels. We always make the accordion joke. We need to have an accordion player out here with one of these cars. But oh boy, it's running a V6. Woohoo! 1987 from Bridgewater, New Jersey. It's Jorge and Amalia Parente. Beautiful car. I'm a sucker for a red Volvo, so you guys might have my vote for that category. Hey, a crash test dummy in an 850 wagon with the smaller version of the Pegasus wheels. I forget what these are called. The non-Gissus. I bought one of these badges this weekend. I haven't decided if I'm going to put it on yet. I do like it, but we'll see. I'm a West Coaster here, just sort of in the boys club, the 1800 gang. So many red 1800s. All right, Davies Owens, he's the reason why we all know so much about these cars, because he's become a teacher of the story of every 780, and he lives out in Idaho. What's part of Idaho? Is it Coeur d'Alene? Eagle, Idaho. For the eagle-eyed among you, you would have noticed that. Beautiful wheels on here, too. But he actually went out to Italy and kind of did some digging up of the information to try to get as much as he could of the story of the Bertone cars. This is the last year that it was made. It's a beautiful color, and he deserves every accolade for preserving it and maintaining it as well as he has. Automatic, and it's showing 147,000 miles on the clock. And which engine does he have? Does he have the B230 FT? Yes, he does. Again, service mode, lots of space. Lots of real estate. Okay. Paul Deno from Milford, New Hampshire, an 1800E. Nice valve cover. I have the same one on Bruce, and I quite like it. Love these badges. And it's interesting because it's 1970, because the 164s and I think the 140 didn't go fuel injected for another couple of years. But the 1800 did it first. There you go. 14,000 miles on oil change. The kids are stuck. Hi. All right. This is 67 or 68? So let's see. 67. This is Chuck WIlberger. Chuck had a presentation last night talking about the history of this car. Oh no, his wanting to own a P1800 and his history with the Volvo company for like 30 years. So. That's pretty cool to see. 3.3, just shy of 3.5. It's been getting waxed a lot throughout the days. I wonder if these are the original wheels too. I'm curious how it is underneath. Nobody ever talks about that.
Once again, make sure you have your ballots in by 2 o'clock.
All right. Let's wrap up this section of the video and we'll move on to, I gotta charge the phone, I gotta get some lunch, we gotta do ballots, and then we'll go into the next section of cars. We've got the 240s, the V70, all the P80, P2 cars that aren't the 850s we saw here, and then the non-member cars in the back as well. Thanks for watching part 2, everybody. We'll see you soon.